is going to be your reading for Friday. Let's see what's coming in for the weekend for the collective. Okay, so these are facing me, so I'm going to turn them around. So we've got the Seven of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. We've also got the Three of Wands. I'm going to go Queen of Wands and Death. Okay, let's start off with the Seven of Wands. I feel for some of you, you're going to have an argument here. And it could be someone has been on your nerves, or you've been thinking of someone who has been bugging you. Every time you see them, you're like, I hope they don't bring this up. And whatever it is, so you might be going to a family event, or you might bump into them and they just say that one thing that absolutely drives you insane. This time you're not going to stay silent, but I will say the warning is here. Don't be preparing too much for worse, because they might mention it, but you also might go a little bit too far with this. So you might want to be careful with this conversation you're going to have. Next, you've also got the Page of Pentacles. For the collective, when it comes to this conversation, following this, you are going to feel a sense of relief, especially after you do it, but you're also going to feel a little bit of dread as well. And the reason why I'm feeling both is because you have the start off of, I did it, I stood up for myself, but then the regret comes in. Oh, what if I took it too far? What if I... And you might not, you might. But when it comes to this here, only say what is true. Don't be spitting out insults, don't be spitting out things that could be true or could not be true. It's a case of state the facts. So if someone does or brings it up something every time, maybe they bring up the fact that you dropped out of studying something and you dropped out because you didn't feel cool to it anymore, or it just wasn't the right fit. You can say, it actually was really overwhelming. I didn't want to do it anymore, and I'm glad I made the choices I did. And when you speak with clarity and speak with purpose, you're more likely to get your point across. They might not listen, because it depends on the type of person. You might be dealing with a narcissist here, but if you approach it with kindness and with actual purpose, that's where you're going to come from. You can still be frustrated, yes, frustrated where you approach it from a place of education rather than just telling them they're an a-hole and they're wrong. You've got the Three of Wands. I do like this for the collective though. And so this, I feel, is kind of shifting in, and this might be a now, this might be later, but I feel this is shifting some energy here, and I feel it's meant to be something that you feel that calling to. And I feel, again, this is going to be something that maybe you haven't thought of in the past, or maybe it was something that you didn't feel drawn to in the past. It might have been, I feel for some of you, it might be related to some studies or to some sort of movement here. So the movement could be moving house or jobs, partners even. But I think someone had mentioned something in the past and you brushed it off, but it's because it wasn't the right time. Queen of Wands, I do like this energy. So this is giving a very motherly figure. You might be a mother yourself. I'm feeling a lot of the energy I'm drawing on is very feminine today, but there is a lot of feminine energy around you as well. And with the feminine energy, it's remembering to, you can be powerful, beautiful, and also just, all in the same time. And you have a reason to speak your mind, but only with clarity. And when it comes to people who wronged you, don't think of it as a case of you need to teach them a lesson. Think of it as you release it from yourself, so you do not carry that burden. And I like this because following this, we do have the Death card, and death for this collective is all about a closure here. I feel for some of you it might be closure to something that you have been holding on to. So it could be some sort of shadow work that you're going to be working on. I'm not saying it's definitely this weekend, but it definitely feels like it's going to start this weekend. And when you get into this, you'll feel a lot of mixed emotions. And I will say, don't try to avoid it. Dive into it. Try to understand the feelings rather than trying to just brush it off or go, let's bury that, because I don't want to feel those. Brace it. Okay, I'm feeling sad. Why am I feeling sad? Oh, I watched a really sad movie that reminded me of something in my childhood or something that I regret from my past, whatever it is. And work through your shadow here. I feel for the collective as well. I might mention that this month you're going to end with a positive note, but at the moment it might not feel like it. And you are going to get some good news in the next, I reckon, 2 to 3 weeks. And this good news, it's around the time you start getting to that end. So it's after all those roller coaster of emotions and everything. And when you seek clarity, you might find that the sign comes in with an old friend, or the good news comes in with an old friend or an old colleague or someone that you don't really talk to, but you do know them. Okay. I am going to leave this reading here. If you want a bit more in-depth reading, definitely check the link down below. There's plenty of sessions available. And I will see you all next time. Bye.